So, a Fox News alert, the suspect in the Brown University shooting is dead. Attorney General Pam Bondi praising federal law enforcement and local authorities who found the alleged gunman in a New Hampshire storage unit dead by a self-inflicted gunshot wound and identified him as a Portuguese national. Officials also accusing him of killing an MIT professor and say he and the victim attended the same university in Lipson. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche joins us now. Deputy Attorney General, thanks so much for giving us some time this morning. Do you know, and I know this is early on in an investigation, any potential motive for such a gruesome crime?
Good morning. We don't know. We don't know yet. That's something that everybody's going to be now focused on over the coming days. From the moment this happened, first in Rhode Island and then in Massachusetts, the federal law enforcement worked closely with state law enforcement. The Attorney General and I were on the phone with the leadership yesterday, and everybody has been focused completely on finding this killer. And so now that that's happened, we'll now continue to focus on understanding what happened. I want to just say, echo what the Attorney General said, which is that while completely tragic and while our hearts go out to the victims and their families, this was a all-out effort by the FBI, by ATF, working with our state and local partners 24 hours a day since this happened. And what you see and what you saw yesterday is a result of those efforts. And so I appreciate the work that everybody's done to catch that killer, and I expect that we'll learn more in the coming days. But the answer is right now, there's a lot we don't know and that we have to find out.
Is there any plans for the administration to review the university's safety protocols? We're learning more information that the suspect 2 weeks before the crime was casing the location. You have homeless people that were living in the building. Obviously, this one ended up being a hero. But it is concerning that the cameras aren't working, people living within inside of the building, and they weren't able to detect someone casing the scene.
Yes, that's something that everybody's concerned about. Certainly the Attorney General, the FBI, we're concerned about that. But so is the university, and so is the state and the local law enforcement, because that is what we rely on to catch bad actors is not only witnesses but also cameras and surveillance. And so the fact that there was some failures here, some potential failures is something that everybody's focused on, and everybody should be focused on, and I expect we'll hear more about that in the coming days as well.
Meanwhile, today marks the deadline for the DOJ to make the Epstein files public after the president signed a law requiring those to be released. So in these files, are we going to learn any new information about Epstein and people that may have been associated with him?
So yes, so today is the 30 days, and I expect that we're going to release several 100,000 documents today, and those documents will come in all different forms, photographs and other materials associated with all of the investigations into Mr. Epstein. And just so everybody appreciates, President Trump has said for years that he wants full transparency, and he wants the Department of Justice to release everything that we can with respect to this investigation and cases. And we saw during the Biden administration radio silence from the very Democrats that are screaming from congressional steps today that we haven't done enough. But guess what? President Trump signed that law 30 days ago, and we have been working tirelessly since that day to make sure that we get every single document that we have within the Department of Justice, review it, and get it to the American public. Now, the most important thing that the Attorney General has talked about, that Director Patel has talked about, is that we protect victims. And so what we're doing is we are looking at every single piece of paper that we are going to produce, making sure that every victim, their name, their identity, their story, to the extent it needs to be protected, is completely protected. And so I expect that we're going to release more documents over the next couple of weeks. So today, several 100,000, and then over the next couple of weeks, I expect several 100,000 more. There's there's a lot of eyes looking at these, and we want to make sure that when we do produce the materials we're producing, that we're protecting every single victim. A judge in New York has required the U.S. Attorney in New York to also look at the materials to make sure that victims' information is protected.
So,
the judge in Sorry,
I only got 10 seconds left, Todd, but real quickly, since you guys are releasing these files, we shouldn't expect any charges to come out, any more charges, right?
Well, look, as the president directed, it's still being investigated, and I expect that will continue to happen. So we, as of today, there's no new charges coming, but we are investigating.
All right. Todd Blanche, thanks so much for joining the program.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.